Hello, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read you one of my favorite stories. I know that if you haven't read it yet, it's probably going to be a story that you really enjoy as well. It's called, What Do You Do with a Tail Like This? Okay? Do you see this little medal right here? I don't know if you've talked about this in library class yet, but this is a Caldecott Honor Book, which means that this book has received an award for the pictures in the story. That's how great they are. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to read this story together, and then I have a little activity for you to do after the reading. What you are going to do after the reading is you're going to have to tell me about one of the animals that are mentioned in the book and what they do with their body part. So listen carefully as I'm reading. You can always go back and listen again. Or if you want to draw pictures when you're listening, whatever is easiest for you. Okay. What do you do with a tail like this? All right, sorry, let me get it. Okay. Animals use their noses, ears, tails, eyes, mouth, and feet in very different ways. See if you can guess which animal each part belongs to and how it is used. At the end of the book, you can find out more about these animals. What do you do with a nose like this? Do you recognize some of these noses? If you're a platypus, you use your nose to dig in the mud. If you're an elephant, you use your nose to give yourself a bath. If you're a mole, you use your nose to find your way underground. If you're an alligator, you breathe through your nose while hiding in the water. If you're a hyena, you find your next meal with your nose. Do we see how important noses are for these animals? Okay, what do you use your nose for? We use it to breathe. We use it to smell delicious things baking in the oven, or we use our nose to smell things that may be dangerous to us, like smoke or fire. That alerts our body that there's danger. So our nose is very important. What do you do with ears like these? If you're a jackrabbit, you use your ears to keep cool. If you're a bat, you see with your ears. If you're a cricket, you hear with your ears that are on your knees. The cricket has ears on its knees. I did not know that, did you? If you're a humpback whale, you hear sounds hundreds of miles away. If you're a hippo, you close your ears when you're underwater. It's hard to read upside down. They can close their ears underwater. Look at that. What do you do with a tail like this? Do you recognize some of these tails? If you're a giraffe, you brush off pesky flies with your tail. If you're a skunk, you lift your tail to warn that a stinky spray is on the way. If you're a lizard, you break off of your tail to get away. If you're a monkey, you hang from a tree by your tail. If you're a scorpion, your tail can give a nasty sting. Oh boy. Some of these animals I would not want to be near. What do you do with eyes like these? If you're an eagle, you spot tiny animals from high in the air. Have you ever seen an eagle flying up above? If you're a chameleon, you look two ways at once. That's pretty amazing. If you're a four-eyed fish, you look above and below the water at the same time. I cannot read upside down. If you're a bush baby, you use your large eyes to see clearly at night. If you're a horned lizard, you squirt blood out of your eyes. Oh my goodness. I do not want to see one of those. What do you do with feet like these? If you're a chimpanzee, you feed yourself with your feet. If you're a blue-footed booby, you do a dance with your feet. If you're a water spider, you walk on water. If you're a gecko, you use your sticky feet to walk on the ceiling. If you're a mountain goat, you leap from ledge to ledge. What do you do with a mouth like this? Look at that mouth. You recognize any of these mouths? If you're a pelican, you use your mouth as a net to scoop up fish. If you're an egg-eating snake, you use your mouth to swallow eggs larger than your head. Oh my goodness. If you're a mosquito, you use your mouth to suck blood. If you're an anteater, you capture termites with your long tongue. If you're an archerfish, you catch insects by shooting them down with a stream of water. Wow. Okay. And then in the back of the book, it's pretty interesting because it actually tells us about all of the animals that were in our story, and it tells some really cool facts. This is why this is one of my favorite books, because I learned so many new things about animals that I had no idea about. And I think you'll really enjoy this too, because I know you guys like learning new, crazy, funny facts about animals. So now what I'm going to have you do, boys and girls, is you can go back and listen to my story again. I want you to pick an animal and tell me what they use their body part for, okay? I gave you an example on our Google Classroom, and I wrote the sentence about the giraffe and how a giraffe uses its tail to swat the pesky flies that are nearby, okay? And I will draw a picture of a giraffe swatting those flies. So you can pick any of the animals that Mrs. Grace read about and tell me what they use their body part for. Why don't you pick an animal that uses their body part in a way that you did not know? So pick an animal and a fact that you learned today, something new that you did not know about. I know that when I first read this book, I learned so many new interesting facts about animals. Some are a little creepy, some are a little scary, but I think it's really interesting to learn about. So this is a great book to have if you don't already have it, just because it's so full of information all about animals, which we all love to learn about. Okay, boys and girls, so I'm looking forward to seeing your pictures and your sentences about animals and what they use their body parts for. Okay, now have a great day and have a great weekend, and I miss you guys all so much, and I really hope that I see you sooner than later. Take care, listen to Mom and Dad, get outside and play, and be kind to everybody that is in your house and that you come in contact with. Okay, bye guys, see you soon.